Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. Chiefs beat Stellenbosch 2-0. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? But today, guys, let's be honest. Today was a lot of twinky twinky, like bola liali, 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 liali. But I will tell you this. I'm happy about the win, but I am not happy about the performance. The performance. I'll get to it. But anyway, guys, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Thank you to those who have subscribed. And thank you to those who just watched the video. I really appreciate you giving the channel a chance. Thank you for giving the channel a chance. Whether you are in New York, whether you are in Russia, whether you're in Kwakwa, whether you are in wherever, Umlazi, wherever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. You are true fans of South African content, and we always back a South African man or whatever, but we must back each other. Patriotism, Baba. Okay, anyway, kick off with the game. What is my view of the game? First half, I'll say this. After the first half, I was like, Chiefs is going to lose. There's no way we are going to win this game because it was Stellenbosch and broken Chiefs. Broken Chiefs. Chiefs was okay in, like, let's say the first 10 minutes, but it was okay when I say first 10 minutes. No one was controlling the ball, and there was just a very small portion of the first half, very small portion where Chiefs looked like they were doing something. They were passing the ball. It was looking very slick. I get yaphela slickness when they started tumbling. Nje siyakhalela nje Pahoo! That is Kaizer Chiefs for you. Like, every time it feels like, I feel like we self-sabotage ourselves. When I say self-sabotage, I'm like, you can tell what the players want to play, but the instruction is not to play sometimes. The instruction is, locate Dupree, locate Botani, locate Modi. And then you just see these guys going crazy and dumbering the ball. Oh my God, you know how terrible the first half was. Guys, if you are a true Chiefs supporter, there's no one who will come on this video channel, or no one on earth who will say what they watched in the first half was good football. It was terrible football. And Molifenzik is like, yes, this is how we play. After the game, is like, yes, Pumlani, this is how we play. Yes, you saw today there was identity. I was like, this is identity. Is this our identity? I know, let's not. If this is our identity, and like, this is how we were trying to play from the preseason. I'm like, this. Molifenzik, you must be joking. This football, you saying what we're playing, this nonsense we're playing on the field is football. Guys, I don't care who says what. Sundowns is going to beat us with more than 3 goals. More than 3 goals. I do not care who says what. Today, the only reason Chiefs won was because Stellenbosch did not take their chances and they wasted their opportunities. Sundowns won't do that. Sundowns will not do that. Sundowns is going to tumba us, and it's going to be sad. And after the Sundowns tumbas us, people are going to forget, go to Mulifensiki did I call it the Steve Compeller Act. Because why do I call it Steve Compeller Act? In the 3 years Steve Compeller was a coach, every time it looked like he was about to get fired, he had like 2 to 3 wins in a row. Every moment it looked like he would like lose 5 games or a draw and lose like 5 games, and then you're like, this guy is getting fired tomorrow. Then he would win 1 game. Then he would win game number 2. Then he would win game number 3. Then people will be like, oh, okay, that's right. That's right. Then he goes back. We are drawer. We are loser. And then you're like, we're back in the loss. When are they going to fire Compeller? This is why I was like, Chiefs loved Compeller too much. Compeller was not even make it to season number 3. It was a waste. Me, I would have fired Compeller 1.5 seasons into his contract, and I don't understand why they didn't do that. But anyway, guys, this game, it was terrible. You know, when you look at the scoreline, you'll be like, what are these Chiefs fans complaining about? Chiefs won 2-0, meaning that they were the better team. No, we were not the better team. Stellenbosch was the better team. The only difference is that Chiefs took their chances. And Modi scored a goal yomhlaba. Like, that was a goal. I don't know what that is, up for one of the goals of the season, or red. Like, that is just about it. Chiefs took chances. Like, in the whole game, the two goals we scored were like basically the two clear chances we created in the whole game. Whereas Stellenbosch created like five or six clear chances, but they couldn't score. So that is the difference in J. But yo, guys, I like, it's sad watching, like, I was watching Pirates the other day. I was watching the Pirates game yesterday, sorry. And I was like, Pirates play such good football from the middle. They press well, they move the ball well, etc. Then I watch Chiefs. I'm like, midfield next. Next. And I know a lot of you are gonna be like, you negative, state it is a negativity. And then I'm saying this, guys. The reason why it sounds like I'm negative is because I know what's coming. What's coming is that teams are going to beat us, and they're gonna beat us in a sad way. Because when I was watching us playing against Stellenbosch, I was like, no man, there's so many gaps in the Stellenbosch team, and every time when we pass the right player, like Umdanzani would get the ball, he would kick it straight to Dupree when there's an easier pass, like right here by him. Pass and go, a nice little 1-2. The person turns, pass Dupree the ball at his feet. It doesn't always have to be a through ball where he has to run. Pass the ball at his feet. Even now, the very last chance of the game, Solomon gets the ball. He's beaten the player. Now he has to pass Usail. What does Solomon do? He chips Usail. Niti, why would you chip Usail when he's here? Pass the ball to his feet. Don't always put the ball in the air. And that is how we always mess up chances. The ball always has to go in the air. And today we lost so many balls in the middle of the park. You know what? Let me just give a rundown of the players and what I think. Defensively, we did well. Why do I say defensively we did well? I say we did well because we were meant to concede goals in the first half. But like, the defenders recovered and stopped so many chances from Frosler, from Quinica, even if Quinica was shaky, because Quinica kept passing the ball to the opposite. I think Chiefs in this game, there were 3 times they tried to play from the back, and they passed it directly to the Stellenbosch strikers, but the Stellenbosch strikers decided to be swag, so then they couldn't do anything with the ball. But yeah, Quinica was very shaky from the back. I do not like the addition of Quinica. May Shanti must come back. And I didn't think I would ever say something like Shanti must come back, but Quinica, no. He's a liability. As much as defensively, sometimes he reads the game well, but it was not make sure. And then Ditlokwe and Msimango had a good shift. Very good shift. They cleared. When they saw that there's nonsense happening, they just kicked. They cleared. They just kazangaed everything. Like, they didn't have time to play. They were like, if I'm not sure, meaning I'll keep. Finish and clear. I'm not gonna ask you any questions, and finish and clear. And then Frosler did well for playing left back. Frosler is in some hectic form, so it's good that he what he's doing on the left. He frustrated to Titus a lot in this game, and it seems like Frosler. I don't know what Frosler is doing in the off season, but whatever he's doing, it's very good. Castillo was very quiet today. We didn't really see any much of Castillo. He was very, very quiet, so I can't really say Castillo had the best game. Mad. Actually, Castillo, mad. Both of them lost too many balls. Like, we couldn't even put 2 passes together. We would get the ball, pass Stellenbosch. And that's the sad part. It's not like every time we lost the ball, we were losing the ball at our feet. No, we were passing it directly to a Stellenbosch player. We say through pass, we pass a Stellenbosch player. We say, like, Stellenbosch was like, these guys, they're not even making us work to get the ball. They're just passing us most. That means we can just attack, and we don't even have to stress because they're going to pass us back the ball. There's so many times we passed Stellenbosch the ball back. And then Modi had a quiet first half. His first half was quiet. They weren't combined. I won't lie. Modi, Potsani, Dupree. First half they were not combining too well. Dupree was running too deep. He was struggling to find space. Potsani was just not like today. They didn't click, those three up front. They just didn't click. Then second half came and it was still the same twinkie like the first 10 minutes or so. Like Stellenbosch was attacking, Chiefs was attacking, Stellenbosch was attacking. But then Modi pulled out that wonder goal. And if anyone had to watch that wonder goal, in that wonder goal, all the play was not this thing of kicking the ball. We played the ball on the ground, carpet football. We played carpet football and put the ball in the back of the net. That is how we scored that goal. There was nothing of this long kicking and what. It was like straight from the back. We just kept playing. Pa, 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 goal. Like in that move that we played, I think there was like 4 touches, goal, or somewhere along that. We 4 touches, goal. But in the first half, we couldn't even get to 2 touches. We struggled to do that. And I was like, oh, imagine if these guys could do these 4 touches the whole game. Like just keep finding each other and pass the whole game consistently. We would beat teams like 10-0 if they could do it. But because they want to kick too far, it's yeah, we lose the ball. And then I feel I enjoyed the second half way better when Umdu Shaba. Oh, cause yeah, Umdu Shaba. Yo, you know Umdu Shabalala, guys. Like you guys don't understand. This boy has talent, man. This boy is getting wasted on the bench. Like when I saw him do, I was like, "Ay, man, why is this boy on the bench?" Like yo. I Umtu was a problem. That's like I don't even know what else to say, but like Umtu Shabalala was a problem for the Stellenbosch defense. Like, and the thing that people don't understand is that Umtu is not like the fastest of players, but havoc, Baba. Umtu is a tornado, Baba. Like when he just gets there, just like he just makes the right runs, he makes the right passes. But the one thing I didn't like when Umdu came on is that every time when they pass him, they want to pass him to space. Umdu likes the ball at his feet sometimes. Like, pass him by his feet, Baba, so he can move and make movements. Because Umdu is a proper attacking player. He fetches the players. So that's good. Another person I would like to compliment is Saile. It's been a very, very long time where we've actually had a striker score a decent goal with a header. So I'm very impressed with that. Christian Saile, keep it up, boy. Keep up your threat. And this is what I said in the beginning of the season. Usaile needs to come in when these guys were tired. When he starts the game, I feel like he struggles. But when he comes in second half and these defenders are tired, it's like his daily bread. Unless he can get his fitness to the top notch where he can do this for 90 minutes. But yeah, Christian Saile, well done, well done, well done. You impressed me today with that header. That header was like European like header. So I'm I like, yeah, I had to put that out there that Christian Saile's header was top class and Mdu Shabalala's cross was top quality. It's good when we see our substitution players adding benefit to the game. But I will say this, some case one, pull up your socks, boy. Pull up your socks. Today you wasted a chance to show that you can play next to Castillo. Oh, you came and you just kept losing the ball. I didn't like what you were doing. And sometimes why I don't like what you do, some Kelos one, is because I understand what you're trying to do. Some case one, when you come on, you try to do things that Uduba is also a victim of, and that is trying too hard. You're trying too hard to impress, so you try to do the most difficult thing. Don't do that, boy. Just to play it simple. Find the right man. Play it simple. Don't try to do fancy passes that end up going out, etc. Because let me tell you, Your coaches on the bench, they like benching youngsters. So you must be careful of that. They'll bench you, my boy, because these guys don't play with youngsters. They'll bench you. Chances are you may not even get sit on the bench in the next game. I don't know, but like be careful of those things of trying to act fancy. Like sometimes play it simple, boy. Play it. Make sure it goes to the play. And yeah, everyone, that is basically what I think of the game. There's more I wanted to add, but I don't want to go overboard. But it was just not a good game in the middle. Today, we really could have lost like 3-0. And it's what I said in my preview in the other video before this one. I said this game is a game where where either team can win by a lot of goals. It just depends who is awake on the day. And today we saw Stellenbosch was sleeping, Chiefs scored. Finish and clear. So yeah, guys, that's it. It was nice seeing Solomon's also coming in today. I'm gonna do player ratings tomorrow. But thank you, Amakhosi. Well done on the win. The win goes to the fans, to all of you, even the subscribers, to you. But I will say this, and I will say this very clearly. Chiefs will lose more than 3 goals this weekend. That much I can tell you now. Like, unless Brendan Peterson does like miracles, but Chiefs will lose by more than 3 goals this weekend. Sundowns will beat us by more than 3 goals. And a lot of people are going to say I'm hating, but after watching this game, I do not see how, with our broken midfield, there's no midfield there. There's no midfield play, there's no combination, there's nothing. We only have a defense and an attack. There's no midfield. There's no in between. The people at the back just kick forward, and the people at the forward need to make a plan with the ball. That is the be all and end all of our attack. There's no midfield. We have nothing there. And when I say we have nothing, people are gonna think I'm saying players. No, I'm not saying players. We have the players, but the system we are playing is bypassing the midfield, meaning that our midfield is not functioning to support the attackers. The ball goes from deep to the attackers, so it always jumps the midfield. So, like, even when it gets to the midfield, our midfield players also like they've been drilled to just kick forward, don't waste time, kick forward, that they forget good they are talented players who can play the ball, be comfortable, own possession, move the ball around, etc., etc. So that's what I'll say. Oh, and another thing I wanted to add before I end this video. If you guys know you don't have a midfield, one thing I will say is this: don't act casual. And this is one thing I don't like, when our players decide to act casual on the ball. If there's no midfield, do not act casual on the ball. Make the ball move. How?